Which continent hides the deadliest killer of them all? From jungles to frozen tundras, every corner of Earth has something waiting to strike. Today, we're going global, tracking down the most terrifying predator on every continent. Buckle up, this gets wild. 1. Africa, the Nile crocodile. Nothing in Africa kills with more patience than the Nile crocodile. It doesn't run after its victims, it waits. This reptile, found in rivers across 26 countries, is one of the few animals that hasn't changed much in 80 million years, because it never needed to. Its design already works too well. An adult male can reach 20 feet long and weigh over 1,600 pounds, almost the size of a small car lying in wait under the water. Its jaws close with a force of 3,700 psi, stronger than a great white shark's bite. Once it grabs hold, nothing escapes. The Nile crocodile kills hundreds of people every year, most near riverbanks in Tanzania, Mozambique, and Uganda. It doesn't discriminate. Fishermen, cattle, even wildlife crossing the river. It's all food. Most victims never see it coming. The crocodile waits just beneath the surface, silent and still. It can hold its breath for up to 2 hours underwater, depending on temperature. The moment a shadow breaks the surface, it surges up, locks on, and drags its prey below. There's no struggle, no sound, just water that suddenly turns red. And this reptile lives long enough to remember. The average lifespan is about 70 to 100 years, which means some of the giants lurking in African rivers today might have been there before your grandparents were born. Even lions and hippos respect it. Crocodiles are ambush tacticians, not fast over long distances, but in the water they can launch at 35 kilometers per hour for a few seconds, which is all they need. It's not just a wild beast, it's a survivor, the same killer that watched pharaohs rule Egypt and still kills today the same way, quietly and without mercy. 2. Asia, the king cobra. If Africa's killer rules the rivers, Asia's lives in the forest shadows. The king cobra doesn't need size to dominate, it needs precision. Found mostly in India, Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines, this snake is the longest venomous snake on Earth, growing up to 18 feet long and living about 20 years in the wild. What makes it terrifying isn't just its venom, it's how calmly it kills. When threatened, it doesn't strike immediately. It rises up, sometimes taller than a person's waist, spreads its hood, and locks its golden eyes on its target. It studies movement. Then it attacks once, not wildly, but with purpose. Its venom doesn't just paralyze muscles, it shuts down the brain's signals to the heart and lungs. One bite can deliver up to 7 milliliters of neurotoxin, enough to kill an elephant or 20 people. Unlike most snakes, the king cobra is intelligent. It recognizes territory and even guards its eggs, which is rare among snakes. During the breeding season, females build nests out of dry leaves and protect them until the babies hatch. Locals in rural Asia fear it not because it attacks often, it doesn't, but because when it does, there's almost no time to react. Even modern anti-venom has limits. The venom acts faster than most people realize. Its diet is unique too. It mostly eats other snakes, including venomous ones. It hunts with speed and control, swallowing entire cobras or vipers in one go. 3. Europe, the brown bear. Europe's killer doesn't hide in water or slither through trees. It walks like it owns the forest, because it usually does. The Eurasian brown bear, especially in Russia, Romania, Finland, and the Carpathians, is Europe's most feared wild predator. Adult males weigh up to 1,400 pounds and can stand 8 feet tall on their hind legs. Despite that size, they can sprint at 48 kilometers per hour, faster than a horse for short bursts. Their sense of smell is so advanced that they can detect prey or food from over 20 miles away. Most of the time, these bears avoid humans. But when food is scarce or cubs are nearby, they turn dangerous instantly. Attacks have increased slightly in Eastern Europe as populations recover and overlap with human settlements. Romania alone reports over 100 incidents a year, ranging from livestock raids to hikers caught off guard. The brown bear's strike is brutal. One swing of its paw can crush a human skull. Its claws measure around 4 inches long, curved and sharp like knives. And unlike predators that rely purely on instinct, bears are highly intelligent. They learn which villages or trash areas offer easy meals and return seasonally. In captivity, a brown bear can live up to 35 years, though in the wild it's closer to 25. 4. North America, the grizzly bear. North America's killer isn't much different from its European cousin, but it's far more aggressive. The grizzly bear, found mostly in Alaska, western Canada, and parts of Montana and Wyoming, is the continent's ultimate powerhouse. A full-grown male can weigh 900 pounds and run at 56 kilometers per hour. Its bite force of 1,200 psi is strong enough to crush a bowling ball. Most grizzly attacks happen in national parks, especially Yellowstone and Glacier, where hikers accidentally surprise a bear guarding cubs or a carcass. On average, 2 to 5 people die every year from grizzly attacks in North America. That might sound low, but encounters are rising as humans push deeper into bear territory. Grizzlies don't hunt humans, but their reaction time is terrifying. If startled within 50 meters, they can close the distance in less than 3 seconds. Even firearms aren't guaranteed to stop a charge. As rangers say, your odds depend more on the bear's mood than your weapon. Despite the fear they cause, grizzlies are intelligent and emotionally aware. Researchers have seen them use tools, cache food, and even fake sleep when observing threats. Their lifespan ranges from 20 to 25 years, though some reach 30 in protected areas. The power in their front limbs can flip logs, break trees, and dig dens through frozen soil. When standing upright, a large grizzly towers over 10 feet tall, taller than a basketball hoop, and can crush a car door just by leaning on it. Even other predators back off. Wolves retreat the moment a grizzly arrives. Every continent hides a killer, patient, silent, and perfectly built for what it does. Up next, we'll dive even deeper into the next layer of nature's deadliest hunters, the ones you never see coming. 5. South America, the jaguar. In South America, everything that moves in the jungle knows what silence means. When the forest goes quiet, it's because the jaguar is close. It's not the biggest cat in the world, but it's the most efficient one in its territory. Found across the Amazon basin and parts of Central America, the jaguar is the continent's top predator, one of nature's strongest pound-for-pound hunters. A male jaguar usually weighs 100 to 250 pounds, but its bite force tells a different story. A crushing 1,500 to 2,000 pounds per square inch. That's enough to crush a turtle shell or bite through a crocodile's skull. Unlike lions or tigers, it doesn't go for the neck. It bites directly through the skull, piercing the brain. Clean, instant, efficient. Jaguars live 12 to 15 years in the wild, and they rarely roar. They stalk in silence, using the dense rainforest cover to strike with total surprise. In flooded regions like the Pantanal, they've mastered swimming with deadly accuracy. They ambush prey in water, capybaras, caimans, deer, and drag them ashore effortlessly. There have been confirmed jaguar attacks on humans, though they're rare. Most happen when poachers or illegal loggers invade their habitat. Among native communities, even a footprint is seen as a warning. A single adult jaguar can control a territory up to 50 square miles. Once it marks its land, no other predator dares to cross it. Surveillance footage from Brazil's Mato Grosso region shows multiple jaguars roaming near villages at night, sometimes walking right past dogs without fear. This animal doesn't kill out of rage. It kills because it can, and because it knows exactly how. 6. Australia, the box jellyfish. On land, Australia has crocodiles, snakes, and spiders. All dangerous, yes. But in the water lies something far worse, the box jellyfish. It's almost invisible, completely silent, and kills faster than nearly any animal on Earth. The Chironex fleckeri, known as the Australian box jellyfish, drifts through the warm coastal waters of northern Australia, mostly between November and May. Each one is about the size of a basketball, with up to 60 tentacles that can stretch 3 meters long. Every tentacle carries billions of microscopic harpoons filled with potent venom, enough to kill a human in under 5 minutes. A full-grown jellyfish weighs less than 2 kilograms, yet its sting can stop the heart almost instantly. Its venom targets the nervous system, heart, and skin cells all at once. Victims often go into shock before they even make it back to shore. Since records began, box jellyfish have caused over 70 confirmed deaths in Australia, though experts believe the real number is higher, as many drown before rescue teams arrive. Even survivors describe unbearable pain and scarring that can last for years. It's not an aggressive creature. It doesn't chase people, but it's fast. Scientists have recorded box jellyfish moving at 7 kilometers per hour, which is extremely quick for a jellyfish. They actively steer around obstacles using 24 eyes positioned around their cube-shaped body, allowing them to detect light, color, and motion. They live for less than a year, but during that time, they can reproduce hundreds of offspring, ensuring new swarms appear every season. Coastal regions in Queensland and the Northern Territory use stinger nets and vinegar stations during peak months to protect swimmers. But even then, lifeguards stay alert for invisible drifters that slip through. 7. Antarctica, the leopard seal. At the edge of the world, where everything looks lifeless and frozen, there's a predator that thrives in silence. The leopard seal is the apex killer of Antarctica, the top of a food chain that barely exists. It looks lazy when it lounges on ice, but in the water, it's a different creature entirely. Reaching 11 feet long and weighing up to 1,300 pounds, the leopard seal moves through icy water like a bullet. It has a snake-like head with jaws built for slicing, and its teeth are perfectly shaped to grab slippery prey. Its main diet includes penguins, fish, squid, and sometimes other seals. Leopard seals live about 25 years, spending most of their lives under the ice, hunting by sound. When a penguin dives in, it never hears the seal approach. The seal waits below the surface, then rockets upward, catching the bird mid-swim. It often plays with its food, tossing penguins into the air repeatedly to tear them apart more easily. Scientists have observed this practiced behavior, showing how confident and methodical the animal is. Unlike whales or orcas, leopard seals are mostly solitary. Each one controls its hunting area fiercely, warning others with deep, mechanical growls that echo underwater. They can stay submerged for 30 minutes and dive to 300 meters, maintaining perfect control of direction. There's only one recorded human death from a leopard seal, but that's enough to prove their power. In 2003, a marine biologist was dragged underwater near Rothera Research Station. Even with protective gear, there was no chance. The seal's strength and precision are unmatched among Antarctic predators. Their skull structure allows for multiple bite types, sharp tearing in the front and filtering in the back, letting them switch from killing penguins to sucking krill, a rare combo in large predators. When they open their mouths, the jaws stretch wide enough to swallow a human head whole. The world isn't ruled by us. It's ruled by what can kill us faster. From the jungle to the ice, every continent hides something that reminds us we're just visitors. Follow for more creatures that make survival of the fittest feel a little too real.